Hello and welcome to our Viewers on ASI News broadcast, bringing you the latest top news for today. U.S. to keep additional forces in Europe. The United States will keep extra forces in Europe to bolster NATO defenses and monitor new movements of Russian tanks in East Ukraine as a ceasefire deadline approaches, officials said Thursday. Under the terms of the peace agreement, Ukrainian forces and Russian-backed separatists are to reach a full ceasefire by 12:01 a.m. Sunday, followed by the complete withdrawal of all heavy weapons 14 days after the ceasefire. The terms were agreed to late Wednesday and into early Thursday, even as reports came in that Russia moved a column of 50 tanks into East Ukraine. "We are concerned about reports that the fighting continues," said a senior Obama administration official. "We are also concerned about reports of new heavy weapons transferred into Ukraine. The movement of Russian tanks, if it constitutes a last-minute land grab prior to the ceasefire, would seriously undercut this agreement," the official said. "Any such maneuver would be a clear violation and would cause us and our partners to impose more costs," another official said, noting that economic sanctions and the possibility of providing lethal weapons to Ukraine remain very much on the table. In the last week, the Pentagon has announced several moves to shift resources to the region. On Saturday, it announced that the Arleigh-Burke-class destroyer USS Cole entered the Black Sea to conduct patrols in light of the ongoing Russian intervention in Ukraine. On Wednesday, the Pentagon said 12 A-10 Thunderbolt II attack aircraft and 300 support personnel and equipment from the 355th Fighter Wing at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, Arizona, were deployed to Spangdahlem Air Base in Germany. The unit is slated to remain in Germany for 6 months, dependent on the mission and European command requirements, said Air Force spokesman Lieutenant Colonel Chris Carnes. The Pentagon also announced that an unspecified number of soldiers from the 173rd Airborne Brigade assigned to U.S. Army Europe would train Ukraine's National Guard forces, who are assigned to protect the country's infrastructure to strengthen Ukraine's internal defense capabilities. In an earlier interview, the commander of U.S. Army Europe, Lieutenant General Ben Hodges, said the forces from the 173rd would help Ukrainian Ministry of the Interior troops guarding the country's infrastructure to evade and survive their better-equipped foes. Victory scored in Nebraska. Landowners fight against Keystone XL. Foes of the Keystone XL claimed a temporary victory on Thursday when a Nebraska judge put a hold on TransCanada's use of eminent domain to seize land for its pipeline. The temporary injunction, issued by Holt County District Judge Mark Kozisek, halts the energy company's eminent domain claims until the legal challenge is heard by the state Supreme Court. Nebraska landowner Jim Tarnick previously called TransCanada's use of eminent domain, quote, "just another bullying move by the foreign corporation that swears they are going to be a good neighbor. From the Kalamazoo to the Yellowstone rivers and all across the United States, tar sands are a horrible danger and threat that the president must reject," end quote. The landowners were dealt a blow last month by the state Supreme Court in their challenge to the constitutionality of state law LB 1161, which allowed Governor Dave Heineman to approve the pipeline route. They did have the support of 4 of the justices, one shy of what the landowners needed. Advocacy group Bold Nebraska states that because TransCanada has now invoked eminent domain claims for land along the pipeline route, it is now clear that their case is standing, giving the group confidence they'll be victorious in their next round at the state's High Court. Meanwhile, Congress this week passed a bill to force construction of the Keystone XL pipeline, which the EPA recently said would significantly increase greenhouse gas emissions from tar sands. Barack Obama has vowed to veto the legislation, but has not yet said he would kill the project completely. Those are the latest news brought to you from the American Studies Institute from Tehran. You can also check our website at www.asipress.us. Thanks for watching.